Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Listen carefully, because if she's doing this, you don't need to chase her, impress her, or question yourself anymore. You already have her. And the moment you realize this truth, everything about the way you move changes. Every man who's been doubting his worth needs to hear what I'm about to say, because most men miss the signs that a woman has already chosen them long before she ever says a single word out loud. There's a shift in her energy that happens quietly, almost secretly. She won't admit it, she won't announce it, and she won't confess it. But it's there. And if you pay attention, you'll notice something strange. She starts paying attention to you more than she pays attention to the world. Not because she's desperate, not because she's clingy, but because you've become the one man who interrupts her thoughts, even when she tries to hide it. She studies you without making it obvious. Your voice lingers in her mind longer than she expected, and when she looks at you, there's a softness that wasn't there before. A softness she doesn't offer to just anyone. But here's what men rarely understand. When a woman is invested, when she feels something real growing inside her, her first instinct isn't to move closer, it's to hide it. She needs to feel safe before she ever lets the truth slip. So instead of leaning in, she watches. Instead of confessing, she tests. Instead of expressing, she pays attention to every small detail, just to see if you're the kind of man she can trust with the parts of herself she doesn't show the world. She notices how you speak when you're frustrated. She listens to the way you talk about your future. She watches how you treat people who can't offer you anything. And the truth is, her heart begins forming its conclusion long before she ever gives you a clue. But there's one sign, one behavior, that reveals the truth she's trying so hard to hide. She makes space for you in her inner world. It might be subtle at first. She starts texting you back faster, not because she's free, but because she actually wants to. She remembers things you told her in passing, details you assumed she forgot. She laughs easier around you, the kind of laugh she doesn't fake. She lets her guard down in small ways. Maybe she tells you something personal, something she hasn't shared with anyone else. Or maybe she lets you see her without her usual shields, even if just for a moment. And the most powerful sign of all, she becomes more feminine around you, not because you force her to, but because your presence brings out something softer, something safer in her. Men completely underestimate this shift. When a woman feels connected to a man, when she feels drawn to him, her energy changes. Her tone gets softer, her eyes stay on you longer, her body language opens instead of closes. She lets you lead without resisting. And suddenly she starts showing up as the version of herself she usually protects, the version that wants to love and be loved. If you're seeing this in her, stop doubting. You already have her attention. You already have her heart leaning toward you. And the truth is, she's waiting to see if you recognize it, or if you're too blinded by your insecurities to notice what's right in front of you. There's something you need to understand about women that most men never figure out until it's too late. When she feels pulled toward you, when she starts seeing you as the man she could actually choose, her behavior becomes a contradiction. She wants to be close, but she doesn't want to look easy. She wants you to notice, but she doesn't want to expose herself first. She wants connection, but she's terrified of giving her heart to the wrong man. So she sends signals most men misread, overlook, or take for granted. One of the clearest signs you already have her is this: she becomes emotionally reactive to you. Not dramatic, not chaotic, not unreasonable, reactive. Meaning your words, your attention, your silence, your energy, they affect her more than other men. If you randomly go quiet, she feels it. If you praise her, she glows. If you seem disappointed, she thinks about it longer than she should. This isn't weakness, it's investment. A woman doesn't get emotionally affected by a man she doesn't care about. But when she's drawn to you, your presence shifts her internal balance, even if she tries to hide it. Here's what men often miss. A woman who's developing feelings doesn't always come closer. Sometimes she pulls back just to see if you notice. just to see if you'll let her drift away, or if you'll reach for her. Not because she wants to play games, but because she needs to know you won't disappear the moment she lets you matter. That small distance she creates is her heart asking a question she's too afraid to voice. Is this safe? Are you real? Or am I about to fall alone? Watch what she does when she thinks she's losing your attention. That's when the truth slips out. She suddenly becomes more present. Her messages get just a little longer. She asks more personal questions. She tries to reconnect the energy. She doesn't want to say, I care. So instead she says, how has your day been? Or, did you sleep okay? Or, where have you been? I haven't heard from you. Men think these are small things, but they're not. They're windows into a heart that's quietly trying to attach itself to yours. And there's another sign. The one she prays you don't misinterpret. She gets nervous around you. Not awkward in a bad way, but softer, more aware of herself. She touches her hair more. She adjusts her clothes. She avoids too much eye contact because she knows she'll give herself away. She becomes a little shy, not because she lacks confidence, but because you intimidate her in a way she secretly likes. A woman only behaves like this around a man she wants to impress, a man she wants to be chosen by as much as she wants to choose him. And if you really want to know whether she's yours already, pay attention to the way she listens, not just hearing, listening. Her eyes stay on you longer. She laughs at your smallest jokes. She notices changes in your tone. She responds to your emotions even when you don't verbalize them. When a woman listens deeply, it's because she's already invested in the version of you she sees in her mind, the version she hopes you'll grow into. Understand this. Women don't risk their emotions on men they don't value. If she's reacting, if she's observing, if she's adjusting herself around you, it's because her heart is already leaning in your direction. You don't need to chase her. You just need to be the man she already sees in you. There's a moment in every woman's mind when she quietly decides, he's the one I want. She won't announce it, she won't say it out loud, and she may not even fully admit it to herself. But everything about the way she engages with you shifts. Not dramatically, not publicly, but in the small, intimate spaces where real feelings live. And if you're paying attention, you'll see something powerful. She begins giving you access to parts of her life she doesn't open for just anyone. It starts with vulnerability, subtle, delicate vulnerability. She tells you things she doesn't tell other men. Not heavy secrets at first, but small pieces of her inner world. The things she worries about late at night. The ambitions she hides because she's afraid of being judged. The moments in her past that shaped her, even if she doesn't usually talk about them. Women don't share emotionally significant details with men they don't trust. When she lets you in, even a little, it means she sees something safe in you, something stable, something she wants to lean toward. Then comes the second sign. She starts planning her life around you without realizing she's doing it. Little things. She checks your availability before confirming her plans. She makes time for you even when her schedule is tight. She messages you when something reminds her of you. Her day subtly bends toward you because you're no longer just a person, you're becoming a presence. If she's doing this, understand, you're already inside her emotional space. That's rare, that's valuable, and most men don't realize it. Another sign most men overlook is this. She becomes protective of the connection. Not jealous in a toxic way, but aware. If she sees another woman showing interest, she notices. If you seem emotionally distant, she feels it. If you're talking to someone else a little too comfortably, she gets quiet. Not angry, not explosive, just quiet in a way that reveals she cares more than she wants to admit. That quietness is her heart tightening, wondering if she's about to lose something she hasn't even fully claimed yet. And here's something deep. A woman who's already attached to you starts imagining how you'd fit into her future. Not in a fairy tale way, in a practical way. She pays attention to how you handle stress because she's imagining what it would be like to handle life's storms with you. She watches how you speak to family because she's imagining how you might treat hers. She notices the way you talk about responsibility, ambition, and growth because she's imagining whether you could build something real together. Men always think women fall in love emotionally, but the truth is, women fall in love emotionally and logically. She might feel drawn to you, but she won't fully give herself unless she can picture a life with you, a life that doesn't drain her, break her, or belittle her. So if she's analyzing these things, it means she's seriously considering you. And the most powerful sign of all, she starts showing up with more softness, more peace, more warmth, specifically for you. Her feminine energy rises naturally around a man she feels safe with. She doesn't force it, her body just knows. She becomes more nurturing, more affectionate, more supportive, not because she's trying to impress you, but because her heart is preparing to choose you. If she does this, you're not guessing anymore. You're not chasing. You're not hoping. You already have her. She's just waiting to see if you're wise enough to recognize it. There's a truth about women that most men never hear. When she's already yours emotionally, she doesn't need grand gestures, perfect words, or flawless timing from you. What she needs is presence, your consistency, your stability, your masculine calm. Because once she feels connected to you, even silently, her heart starts depending on things you don't even realize you're giving her. And that's where men often make their biggest mistake. They underestimate the weight of their influence. A woman who's attached to you begins responding to your emotional energy more than your actions. If you're confident, she becomes open. If you're steady, she becomes peaceful. If you're secure, she relaxes into her femininity without even noticing the shift. But the moment you start acting from insecurity, fear, or desperation, she feels it like a cold wind cutting through her chest. Not because she's fragile, but because her heart is intertwined with yours in a way she hasn't acknowledged yet. And here's where it gets even deeper. She starts mirroring you. If you're distant, she withdraws. If you're warm, she softens. If you're focused on your purpose, she becomes supportive. She matches your energy without thinking, because emotional connection for a woman is a dance. She follows your lead more than she admits. Her reactions to you aren't random. They're signals. They're reflections of how deeply you reach her. Most men misinterpret this mirroring as moodiness or confusion. It's not. It's emotional alignment. When a woman is invested, she syncs with you on a level that feels almost instinctive. It's why she can sense when something is wrong before you say a word. It's why she gets quiet when you're stressed. Why she becomes affectionate when you're confident. Why she worries when you pull away, even if she doesn't voice it aloud. Another sign you already have her. She starts prioritizing your comfort over her ego. She apologizes first. She avoids unnecessary arguments. She tries to understand your perspective, even when it hurts her pride. She wants to resolve things instead of escalate them. A woman will only humble herself like this for a man her heart has chosen, not a man she's casually interested in. And there's something else you need to pay attention to. She becomes emotionally protective of you. She hates seeing you tired, stressed, or overwhelmed. She tries to motivate you, calm you, encourage you. She wants you to win, not because it benefits her, but because she genuinely cares about your well-being. A woman doesn't love with half her heart. When she leans in fully, even if she hasn't said it yet. But the most powerful sign, the one nearly every man overlooks, is this. She adapts herself to support your growth, not in a way that loses her identity, but in a way that shows she's ready to build a partnership. She becomes more patient, more nurturing, more intentional with her words. She starts thinking before reacting because she doesn't want to hurt something fragile between you two. She begins moving like a woman who sees a future with you, even if the relationship hasn't been defined. If you notice this shift, understand one thing. You're not guessing whether she's interested anymore. She's already chosen you in her heart. The question now is whether you're growing into the man she believes you are, the man her emotional world is slowly attaching itself to. And if you can recognize this, you'll never approach love from insecurity again. There comes a point, a quiet, invisible point, where a woman stops evaluating you and starts surrendering to what she feels for you. She may not say it, she may not admit it, she may even fight it internally. But her behavior reveals the truth long before her words ever could. And if she's doing the things I'm about to tell you, understand this clearly. You don't just have her interest, you have her heart leaning in your direction, hoping you won't let it fall alone. The most undeniable sign is this. She lets you influence her, not control her, influence her. Her decisions shift because of you. The way she sees herself shifts because of you. The way she moves, chooses, grows, and dreams. It all begins aligning with the energy you bring into her life. A woman does not allow a man to shape her world unless she feels something real. She doesn't adjust her standards, routines, or long-term plans for a man she doesn't trust. But when she's already attached, she opens that door without realizing it. Another sign? She starts treating your presence like home. You'll notice it in the small things. Her voice softens when she talks to you. Her stress melts when you check on her. She feels calmer around you than she does alone. Her nervousness turns into comfort. Her walls turn into transparency. Her guard turns into something closer to devotion. That transformation isn't random. A woman only becomes this open when she feels emotionally safe in your masculine energy. But here's something even deeper. She starts creating emotional rituals with you. Maybe she always sends you a good morning text. Maybe she shares her day with you before she sleeps. Maybe she sends you little jokes, updates, pictures, or thoughts because you've become part of her daily emotional rhythm. These rituals mean one thing. You're no longer an option. You're a priority, integrated into the flow of her life without her consciously planning it. And if she truly, deeply feels something for you, you'll notice this too. She starts showing her flaws, her fears, her anxieties, her soft spots, not as a burden, but as a gift. A woman reveals her cracks only to a man she trusts to hold them without judging her. If she's showing you the parts of herself she usually hides, she's not just interested, she's emotionally invested. Here's the final sign, the one most men overlook because it's not dramatic, it's not loud, and it doesn't always look romantic. She shows loyalty before commitment. She distances herself from other men, even if you haven't asked. She chooses you in her mind before you've chosen her out loud. She protects the connection, even though she has every right not to. She behaves like she's already yours, because in her heart, she is. If she's doing all of this, you don't need to question her intentions anymore. You don't need to chase, beg, or overthink. You already have something most men never get. A woman whose heart is quietly rooting for you, choosing you, and hoping you'll rise into the version of yourself she believes in. Now, I want to ask you something personal. Something only you can answer honestly. Have you ever had a woman show you these signs, but you didn't realize what they meant until it was too late? Tell me in the comments. And before you go, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend who needs to hear this today.